I chose to start this walk from the lower entrance on Ernsdale Road, although I could just as easily have started at either the Sunnyhurst Wood car park or the car park at the Royal Arms at Tuckles. The land in the wood was acquired in 1902 by public subscription to commemorate the coronation of King Edward VII and covers 85 acres. The wood was opened officially on June 2nd, 1903. Prior to its closure, the Dennis Chilibran Cottage, as it's now called, was originally a visitor and exhibition centre. I'm just approaching the pond now, which is fed by Sunnyhurst Brook, which runs through the wood. The pond was constructed in 1905 thanks to the voluntary labour of local men. I'm just approaching the bandstand now, which is another of the features in Sunnyhurst Wood. The bandstand, or to give its correct name, the Greenway Shelter, was a gift of Charles Spencer Greenway in 1912. A few years ago there was a bad landslip here in Sunnyhurst Woods and caused an awful lot of damage to the area I'm just approaching now, and work's been ongoing ever since. This is the area which was badly affected by the landslip, and quite a lot of earth came down from the hillside across, and that's what we've been trying to repair for, as I say, the last few years. And it's a long job. And then we lost an awful lot of trees as well at that time. Hopefully it may get back to something like it was before. I'm just approaching the top end of the wood now, and there are 3 benches up here, so I'm going to have a sit on one of them, and then I'm going to make my way up Donkey Brew and across into Tuckles. So I'm going to have a look at Ernsdale Reservoir first, which is just at the top here. got the first decent view of Darwen Tower from here, which is hopefully where the walk's going to end up.
The reservoir was constructed in 1863 and is a favourite haunt of several species of bird.
Right, well, another look at the reservoir. I'm now heading up Donkey Brew towards Sockle. Quite a sharp pull, this section, and these cobbles I'm walking on now can be rather slippy when it's wet. Well, it's a bit of a stiffish climb up there, but having got to the top, you've got another lovely view over Ernsdale Reservoir down below. Having enjoyed the view, I'm going to make my way off over to Topples now. And it's another little short uphill stretch here till the path starts to flatten out a little further along. Having just come out onto the road and passing Fine Peter's Farm, which was built in 1757, according to the little lintel over the door. And here I've got two choices. I can either go along the road here and just bear off left and take a public footpath through the fields, or I can also go a little further along the road and into Rollsworth Wood. I think this morning I'll actually go along by the cottages ahead of me and find the path through the fields. The next little section of the walk's going to take me through the farmyard. There's another little family group sheltering from the sunshine. The end of the lane here is the Royal Arms pub. I'm just going to turn left there onto the road which runs through Tockle. Lovely little row of cottages here. And off to the right across the road is a path which takes you into Rothersworth Wood. On the left hand side of the car park at the pub, and the car park at the back is named for to be used by walkers. A rather longish plod across this path, and as you can see, underfoot conditions aren't always all that great in places, and it's stony all the way. There's some lovely views, mainly off to the left at the moment, down to Hernsdale Reservoir and across to Darwen Tower. Reservoir is off down there. Tower a little further ahead. Pick it up by this pylon here. So that's where we're heading. A little copse of trees here provides a bit of shade, but just a word of warning, it gets very, very wet after there's been a period of rain. In fact, I've got a rather wet little patch coming up. After leaving the little copse of trees and bearing left for the path here, and this is where the hard work starts. You'll just be able to make out a set of steps which lead up onto the moor, and then there's a walk or a scramble, bit of a scramble up the side of the hill here. It gets progressively steeper and rougher underfoot, but at the top there's a bench where you can have a nice view. From this point in the walk you shouldn't get lost. There are plenty of these little markers showing the way to the tower, the arrow pointing and the effigy of the tower beneath.
foot of the moor here are the remains of old Aggie's cottage. Rumour has it that old Aggie lived here in the 1850s and was murdered by thieves, although there's still some doubt about whether that was true or not.
And here at old Aggie's cottage, don't be fooled by this gentle little stretch here, because it doesn't go on very long. And the climbing starts just a few yards further. And from here you've got a nice view down over a step back clough, which is another one of the many ways up onto Darwen Moor. And on a good day off to the right here you can see across to the west coast, but it's a little hazy today unfortunately. And after having a breather here, the path directly behind the bench is the one I'll be taking to get up onto the moor proper, and then onto Darwen Tower. And again, just behind the bench there's another of these stone markers pointing your homeward route. I'm coming to the end of the little section up from the bench, and I'm going to turn left here and follow a fairly level path all the way up to the tower. And again, yet another marker stone here, so you can't possibly get lost on this section of the route. Over here, just behind this little mound in front of me, is Great Hill above Belmont, so there's a decent little walk across there as well. I'm drawing ever closer to the tower, but down at the bottom here, just at the end of the trees, running away from it, you'll probably be able to see the path from Tockles, which I've taken to get along to this point. And just off to my left, get some better shots of it to get nearer, is Ernsdale Reservoir once again. And as I said, the path couldn't be more obvious or clearer, and you can't lose your way possibly now to the tower. There are also quite a few benches along this little stretch here, which is an advantage if your legs are getting tired. But don't leave something, whatever you do, like someone's done here. Some dog is going home without its lead today. And at this point there is a little path which goes off down to the left, but don't take that. That takes you away from the tower. But again, as I said, you can't go wrong. There's another marker post directly ahead, which points you the way to the tower. There we go. Right at the side of the path, showing the way. Once again, here are the views, and again on a clear day you can usually see right across here to the west coast, and Blackpool Tower is easily visible to the naked eye. In the centre of the picture down below is Ernsdale Reservoir, and just above Ernsdale Reservoir is what used to be Sunnyhurst Reservoir, but that was drained some years ago and left as a natural wetland. And Darwen Tower is just a little further off to the right of the path here.
Darwen Tower, or the Jubilee Tower to its correct name, was built in 1897 to celebrate Queen Victoria's Diamond Jubilee and the opening of the moors for public access. The tower is 86 feet tall and stands at an altitude of 1,221 feet above sea level. There are 2 viewing platforms and a total of 82 steps to climb to get to the top of the tower.
Now I want to go back through Sunnyhurst Woods to finish the walk off, and I could carry on down this path here which takes you down to the Sunnyhurst pub, turn left there and a little way along make your way back into the wood, but I'm choosing to go this way because there's a nice little walk down a grassy hill which is much preferable underfoot. Last look at Darwen Tower. There is, it has to be said, an awkward little step stile down at the bottom of the hill here, and again this path gets rather wet and slippery sometimes after rain, so if you're coming down this way, just be careful. past the car park, a left turn here will just take me through the lich gate and back down into the woods. And then I'll head off downhill back to the bandstand. Lots of bluebells down this stretch of the woods. There's the path coming up on the left here, which will take you up to the top of Ernsdale Road, and you can turn left and make your way back down to the start there. Use that one, but I'm going to continue on down this one back down to the bandstand. The path down actually comes out just before the bandstand, so I'm going to get to the bottom and then just turn right and make my way back through the wood the way I came in. So I hope you've enjoyed the walk. Do it sometime, it's well worth it.